Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over. We have some new events announced, we have some new Nintendo Switch 2 leaks and rumors to go over regarding the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons. And as well as that, we have some Generation 10 rumors to take a look at. Pokemon Wind and Wave apparently coming in 2026. Got all that to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, a new Pokemon Unite event. We have a new character coming to the game. We have HDvee here tweeting out, saying, HDvee update, Pokemon Unite is to add Galarian Rapidash as a playable character on January the 23rd, 2025. I don't know if this was data mined. I feel like I did cover this relatively recently. But either way, Galarian Rapidash is coming to Pokemon Unite as a playable character on the 23rd of January. So that's that for all the Unite fans. Moving on though, we have a ton of kind of like rumors and leaks to go over regarding the Joy-Cons and the Switch 2 Pro Controller. This was all kind of compiled by IC Concentration, so massive shout out to them. They basically brought all the information from reliable sources, not so reliable sources together. They've given them like the credibility rating as to why they have that credibility rating, and then basically all the information about the Switch 2 Pro Controller leaks and stuff, because obviously the Pro Controller is something that a lot of people are going to be bothered about, or at least I'd assume so, because it is just a cool way to be able to play the Switch. I feel like it's always more comfortable having a controller than Joy-Cons. That's just how I like playing, but either way, let's take a look at this again. So none of this is confirmed, but some of these guys that have said this information have some really good credibility. So, but again, massive shout out to IC Concentration. But anyway, it says all rumors and info about the new Switch 2 Pro Controller. So here's a collection of all the rumors surrounding the new Pro Controller. So we have Nin Spider, who has a credibility rating of 9 out of 10. And this is their history. So they were the first to call out that there was a new button below the home button 8 months ago. Has correctly leaked the U-shaped kickstand on the back of the Switch 2, unconfirmed on what the backplate of the dock looks like, but the drawings round shape is 1-to-1 to next handheld's leaked dock pic, and then also has provided shipment data with claims of over 6.5 million consoles in stock. So in Nin Spider's latest post, there are mentions of 2 new buttons on the back of the Pro Controller, as well as stating that the Joy-Con's new buttons act as a trigger input and not a release function. So this is what they said. So hello, I survived the ninja chase. For some reason, I'm writing this time in Japanese using machine translation. This may be my last post before the time comes. I assume by the time they mean the release of the console or the announcement of the console. Here is some solid information. There are 2 new buttons on the back of the Pro Controller, and it is very likely that the new Joy-Con back buttons are for input, not release. So maybe there's, I don't know, like, because obviously with the Switch Joy-Cons, you click it in to release it, but yeah, with this time it's not for release, it's going to be for some sort of button. So maybe, I don't know, there's going to be a new feature or something, and that's what the Joy-Con kind of back buttons are for, who knows. But yeah, there is also unconfirmed information that the week after the Japanese New Year may be the time for the release. However, it is also possible that this is only new information about the Xenoblade Cross. There will probably be no new information in December. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Of course, we haven't had any information in December, like they've said. So yeah, very likely to be real about the Pro Controller and the Joy-Con stuff there, because again, they have a very good credibility rating. Next up, we have a Chinese user, What a Big Tomato, and their credibility is unknown. They don't really have a history, but they claim that the Switch 2 Pro Controllers were assembled and tested at this electronics company, which is called that, and has tested the product. So they're saying an electronics factory, they manufacture Nintendo controllers for the Japanese in their own country. I even saw the Nintendo Switch 2 console. They mainly test the buttons after installing the controllers. If there are no problems, they will pack the boxes. Unfortunately, they didn't see the Joy-Con. The console used for testing only has a controller testing function, no access to the regular operating system. So they said, as a reply to this person, they said, in addition to pure black, there is a grey-black color-blocked version. The feel, I think, is better than the first generation. Buttons are more comfortable. And then they also, to replying this person, said, can't get into the normal system, only have a test grip functionality. And there's also a headphone jack under the Pro Controller. 2 colors, black and dark grey, and 2 new buttons have been added. So the company makes the Switch Pro Controller for the Switch 2. The icon between the plus and minus buttons became the icon of the Switch 2. A headphone jack has been added below. You can use headphones while playing with the controller. Besides black, there is also a dark grey colour. 2 buttons have been added under the handheld and under the handle. So again, this is we covered this recently as well with this sort of headphone kind of jack. And it could be for, you know, for headphones, so obviously it's just for listening, or it could be like a microphone thing like you get on the PlayStation controllers where you put it in and then you have a mic and headphones and you can talk through it and it's like party chat and stuff like that. I generally think because of the headphone jack, I feel like it will have party chat. I don't really know why else they would just have it as kind of like listening through the controller. For me, it makes more sense to have some sort of party chat. Confirms that the new buttons are named GL and GR. So are the names of the 2 new buttons GLGR? And the reply, first generation Pro Controller. How about the internal employees? Okay, yeah. So yes, both names are printed on the keys. So that's that person. We have another Chinese user here who also has an unknown credibility and they don't have history. But they say 2 guesses about the Switch 2. So number 1, to enhance the body sense, there is news that there is a camera under the Joy-Con. I personally guess that each of the 2 Joy-Cons has a camera or a built-in infrared camera and a built-in millimeter wave radar. In this way, the 2 Joy-Cons can be combined into a handle through the Joy-Con grip and then placed in front of the TV to play the role of Xbox Connect. If this is the case, the Joy-Con grip will have a charging function, but the Bluetooth transmission speed may be difficult. And then number 2, the Switch 2 Pro Controller is detachable like the Switch. There are reports that the Switch 2 Pro Controller also has 2 new buttons on the back, which means that the new back buttons may not be disassembly buttons, but I personally speculate that the Pro can also be disassembled and installed on the Switch 2, which can increase the feel of the handheld console. So that's that. We also have this person here. We've already covered this when we spoke about Switch Pro Controller leaks in the past, but basically, yeah, they're saying it's basically the same as the Switch 1 Pro Controller. The details are mainly the big logo in the front of the controller and the number 2 added next to it, which is the same as the logo. In addition to pure black, there is also a new grey-black controller, again, which is what all these people are saying. The shell is black and the joystick body and the top LR button are grey. The main change is that a 3.5mm headphone jack is under the controller, which again, already covered from another post as well, but it's looking likely that that is going to be the case. And there are 2 buttons under the controller for the middle finger and the ring finger. And also we have Next Handheld, who of course has been the sort of main leaker in the community lately about the Nintendo Switch 2. Saying credibility, 8 out of 10 history, has leaked images of the dark Joy-Con and the Switch 2 tablet, has provided loads of information and details about the Switch 2, although he has previously stated that he has no idea what the Pro Controller looks like. He says, I haven't seen or heard of either of these, I've never claimed to know anything about a Pro Controller either. The information he has provided on the Joy-Cons contradicts what Ninspider has said, saying that the new button's purpose is to unattach the Joy-Cons. So is the 3rd trigger on the Joy-Con for a single Joy-Con use, Z button, yada yada yada. Only know the answer to the first one, to release the magnet. So Next Handheld is basically saying those buttons are to release the Joy-Cons, but then Ninspider, who has also got a very good track record, has said it's not going to be for that, it's going to be for different buttons altogether. And again, these are the sort of Joy-Cons that we've kind of saw. So it's hard to say really. Obviously, some people are going to kind of clash with what they're saying. Ninspider has a very good track record. Again, with Next Handheld, it's very, very likely that what they're saying is true. If it's not, then they've pulled off the biggest fake leak ever, because the images look legit. All the information is matching up with other things that have been said, you know, that have come out after that from reliable sources and stuff. So it's very likely that they are correct. But again, one of them's got to be wrong about this. So maybe they just have a little bit of information that hasn't been fact-checked or whatever. But either way, that's kind of all the information about the Pro Controller. So it's going to have that headphone kind of the headphone, what's it called, you know what I'm talking about, the little plug thing. It's going to have 2 buttons on the back. One person says it's going to be for detaching, one person says it's not, and as well as that, it's going to have like the Switch logo stuff. It's going to be very similar to the Pro Controller for the Switch 1. It's just going to have like extra buttons and stuff like that, which is what we're expecting to see really. But either way, let me know your thoughts on this. Are you going to be picking up the Pro Controller when it's revealed? Do you think this is all true, or are you not really too bothered about it? The Joy-Cons, I guess, are the more I guess they're what people are bothered about a little bit more, because that's what you're going to get with the Switch, and you know, when you buy it. But either way, the Pro Controller is still going to be pretty important in my opinion. So anyway, that's all the Switch 2 stuff, and then that's also the Pokemon Unite stuff. Finishing things off, we do have a new rumor to go over regarding Pokemon Generation 10. This was posted on the 28th of December. It's titled Generation 10 by Anonymous. Was posted on 4chan. as always, take it with a massive grain of salt. Pokemon Wind and Wave is names that are getting thrown around a lot in regards to Generation 10, mainly because of the Terra leak. Again, it wasn't confirmed that these are going to be the names, but from the code name and from other couple things as well, it looks like Wind and Wave could be potentially the names. I think they're great names. Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Wave, I think, are fantastic names, and I really hope they are the names. But obviously, it's not confirmed. But anyway, this is a rumor to go over. Take it with a grain of salt, yada, yada, yada. Posted on the 28th. It's just titled Generation 10. Says Pokemon Wind and Wave. So the region is based on Indonesia. It's not Greece or the Caribbean. So it's not based on either of those. Again, we don't know where it's based. We're expecting it to be Greece because of what the leaker has said. But at the same time, we really don't know. I think a Greek region would be fantastic because of all the gods and stuff. They could make some really cool legendaries based on Greek gods like Poseidon and stuff like that. And I really hope that is the case. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. But I think it is going to be open world. We've heard from the Terra Leaker there is going to be like loads of islands, going to be an archipelago of islands and stuff like that. And for an open world game, that seems very likely. With Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we were basically just kind of traveling on land the whole time. Obviously, there was certain bits of water you could go in and stuff, but it was basically just like one big island. But if we have it in this game where there's multiple islands and you kind of like sailing to the different island stuff, very similar to Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, I think that'd be really, really cool. And I really hope that's the case. A little bit like Alola, but you kind of go to which one you want to in any order, and there's more islands. And there's more Pokemon and stuff. I think that'd be great. Anyway, it says Wind's legendary is a flying ghost pterodactyl. Wave's legendary is a water ghost megalodon shark. So obviously both prehistoric creatures. I mean, with a pterodactyl, we do already have Aerodactyl. So I'm not a massive fan of that. And then a water ghost megalodon, obviously the shark, is, again, I think that would be, I don't know, I like the idea of it, but I don't really want prehistoric Pokemon as the legendaries. I don't know, we've kind of just had kind of prehistoric Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I don't really need another one of those, especially because they're ghost as well. Like, they're not rock type like the usual fossils, so I assume that they have, like, yeah, I don't know, been like passed away and then have come back or whatever. But yeah, flying ghost and water ghost for the pterodactyl and the megalodon shark. Then says the starters are going to be a grass fighting kangaroo. We're going to get a fire dark bat, and we're also going to get a water psychic platypus. I really hope we get a platypus water starter. I've wanted a platypus Pokemon for a long time. But yeah, the kangaroo as well, I think, is another Pokemon that we definitely need to get. Regional form of Copperajah, which again, it does have in that Pokedex entry in Generation 8 that it does come from a region like that we haven't discovered yet or something like that. So we are expecting Copperajah to, yeah, come from a future region. It's going to be Steel Water. We're going to get an Ice Rhyhorn with a new evolution. We're going to get a Regional Lantern, which is going to be Dark Electric. We're going to get a Liepard evolution. And we're also going to get a Chatot evolution. We're going to get a Corsola evolution. And we're also going to get a Tropius Grass Dragon evolution. And then there's also going to be a Tasmanian Devil Dark type. So that's a lot of evolutions, cross-gen evolutions for Generation 10. You'd expect quite a few, though, I guess. I mean, Generation 10 is arguably the best. It's going to be the best Pokemon game. You'd like to think. It's going to be on a brand new console, which is going to be able to do so many more things. It's basically going to do right what Scarlet and Violet got wrong, in my opinion. I'm really excited for this game. Like, I'm excited for Legends EA, obviously, but Generation 10, I think, is going to be a humongous change to Pokemon as we know it, and I think it's going to be revolutionary, and I'm so excited for this game. We've also got a normal Chivot, we've got a normal flying Koopaburra, and a rock fossil. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's like Tyler Coley or something like that. I don't even know. You can see what it says. So that's some more Pokemon there. The gimmick is called Hyper Fusion. I still think Fusion is going to be the gimmick of Generation 10. I think Mega Evolution is going to be in the game, and then I also think that Fusion is also going to be in the game as well. Again, not every Pokemon's going to fuse with everything. That would make no sense because there'd be thousands and thousands and thousands of possibilities. I mean, there'd be a lot more than that because you got to think there's going to be over 1,000 Pokemon in that game, and then Bulbasaur fusing with everything. That's over 1,000 fusions around there. So it's going to be like 1,200 times 1,200. So there's going to be a lot of fusions. It's not going to happen. I think it's going to be like 10 fusions max or something, and those certain Pokemon can only fuse with that Pokemon, like Blastoise and Charizard or something. Convergent form of Growlithe into a Tasmanian Tiger, which is going to be Fire Ghost, and then it says 2026. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it just sounds like they've thrown together a lot of things that they want to see. A little bit like a fan fiction. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we could be a couple of months away from the reveal of Generation 10. There's no reason that they don't announce it in February, you know, in this Pokemon Day coming up. I really hope they do, because it gives us something to look forward to throughout after Legends EA coming out. And also, it would just kind of... to announce something for the Switch 2 would just get people more excited in regards to Pokemon, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, it could happen on Pokemon Day. I don't think it will, but it could happen. But either way, let me know your thoughts on this rumor. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think the whole gimmick's going to be for Generation 10? What do you think the starter's going to be? All that stuff. Let me know your thoughts on the Switch 2 Pro Controller leaks. All that jazz. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. Does really help out. Like I say, leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day. Have a fantastic New Year's. And until next time, peace.